Good evening and thank you for joining us for KREM 2 News 10 at 10, where we give you more news in less time. Let's get started. New tonight, a recent report shows a growing number of children and infants under state care or supervision are dying of fentanyl overdoses. KREM 2's Kyle Simchuk is digging through the disturbing data tonight.
The Washington State Office of the Family and Children's Ombuds was created to protect kids from harm in the child protection and state welfare system. A 36-page report released last month shows that in 2022, 39 children under state supervision died from abuse or neglect, more than enough to fill an entire school bus. An additional 35 children nearly died due to mistreatment. Infants between 0 and 12 months old accounted for more than half of all deaths last year in children under state supervision. A leading cause of death among all ages is fentanyl. Over the last 5 years, the state has seen a significant increase in children accidentally overdosing on drugs, specifically fentanyl. The blue bars show near fatalities, while the orange bars show actual deaths due to accidental overdoses. Republican State Rep Travis Coulter says the legislature needs to make it easier to remove children from homes where there's an active opioid or methamphetamine-using parent. He's also proposing legislation that would make assault of a social worker a felony, the same protection provided to state ferry workers. The Office of the Family and Children's Ombuds included 75 recommendations in their report, which includes substance abuse training for families. Dozens of recommendations also focus on casework policies and safety assessments. In Spokane, Kyle Simchuk, KREM 2 News.
Also new tonight, a man is in custody after pointing a green laser pointer at Spokane Regional Air Support's Air 1 crew. Deputies say Air 1 was on a regularly scheduled patrol flight when the pilot and crew were hit with several strikes from the laser. Deputies were able to guide the crew to the ground without any injuries. 42-year-old Johnny Blackstone was found and arrested for the strikes near North Wilbur Road and East Mansfield Avenue. Deputies want to remind people it is extremely dangerous to point a laser at any aircraft, and it is a felony under Washington law.
All right, you got your ID on you real quick?
No, I don't.
You're not shutting the door, you're not free to leave.
Yeah, I am. Oh, okay.
You might remember this video released earlier this month by an attorney representing the man that Spokane County deputies eventually arrested. The sergeant behind the footage is accused of beating that man so severely the jail wouldn't book him. Tonight, for the first time, we are hearing the deputy side of the story through a report obtained by KREM 2. Our own Shannon Mowdy breaks down the full report coming up in just about 10 minutes. All right, in the meantime, let's switch gears and talk weather. It was a pretty warm October day today. It looks like it is only getting warmer, at least for the next few days. Let's get straight to meteorologist Michelle Boss. Michelle, almost seems too good to be true for mid-October.
I know, and we'll have 2 more, maybe 3 of those too good to be true days. We saw highs in the 70s today, and we've got a couple more of those on the way as we head into the weekend. Let's take a look at satellite and radar. We can see we certainly don't have any rainfall anywhere across the region, and not much in the way of cloud cover either. Most of the weather activity is north of the border in Canada. Temperature-wise, it's not going to be terribly chilly tonight either. We're in the mid-50s right now, looking for lows to bottom out in the mid-40s here in Spokane, even though it's already gotten that cold in Deer Park. 42 degrees, 41 in Sandpoint, and 46 in Coeur d'Alene. It's also in the mid-40s in Moses Lake, and still in the mid-50s in Lewiston. Clear skies are expected for the rest of the night. Plenty of sunshine on the way for tomorrow, so we will warm up quickly again into the lower 70s. Another gorgeous day on the way for Friday. We will start to see a little bit more cloud cover on Saturday, but highs still right around 70.
All right, we'll certainly take it, Michelle. Thank you very much. Tonight, Israel says it will allow limited amounts of humanitarian aid to Palestinian civilians in the Gaza Strip. This after a request from President Joe Biden, who paid a rare wartime visit to the Jewish nation. During his remarks, President Biden said he was going to ask Congress for an unprecedented support package for Israel's defense. He also announced $100 million of new U.S. funding for humanitarian assistance in both Gaza and the West Bank.
The vast majority of Palestinians are not Hamas. Hamas does not represent the Palestinian people.
20 truckloads of aid are reportedly ready to head into Gaza. That is supposed to happen on Friday. President Biden also said he has no higher priority than the hostages' safe return. He is expected to speak tomorrow at 5 p.m. We will be covering it live right here on KREM 2 News.
The tellers agree in their tallies that the total number of votes cast is 433, of which the Honorable Jim Jordan of the state of Ohio has received 199.
Jim Jordan lost his second vote for House Speaker today, garnering even less support than in the first vote. But the Republican nominee says he has no plans to drop out of the race, and he is looking forward, he says, to winning over those who don't support him. House Republicans announced there will not be another vote tomorrow. It's not known when that next vote will be. And one of the Republicans holding back Jordan is actually Idaho Representative Mike Simpson. For 2 straight votes, Simpson has supported Louisiana's Steve Scalise for Speaker, despite Scalise dropping out of the race himself and even casting his vote in favor of Jordan. Jordan is a founding member of the Freedom Caucus alongside Idaho Attorney General Raul Labrador. Simpson's unwillingness to support that brand of candidate is drawing criticism from other Republicans, including the Idaho GOP, who have called Simpson's actions, quote, a protest delay tactic and above all disappointing. In response, Simpson tweeted, intimidation tactics do not and will not work. Well, a heads up for anyone enrolling for job-based health insurance this year. The annual cost of family health coverage has soared to an average of nearly $24,000. That's according to the Kaiser Family Foundation's Employer Health Benefits Survey. That is up 7% from last year. The tight job market means many companies are avoiding watering down their coverage plans to be more competitive, but that just means employees have to shell out a little more each month. Another rising cost to be aware of, Netflix increasing the price of its basic and premium streaming services. The basic ad-free plan now costs $11.99. That is a $2 increase. And the premium plan will now cost $22.99. That is a whopping $3 jump. This comes after Netflix said they gained 9 million subscribers after cracking down on password sharing earlier this summer. And now to our Night Beat with a quick look at the day's top stories. The Spokane County Sheriff's Office is asking for help, the public's help, identifying a robbery suspect. So take a look at your screen. Deputies believe this man is responsible for a bank robbery at First Interstate Bank on the South Hill. He is described as 25 to 45 years old with shoulder-length dark hair, and deputies say he was last seen wearing a gray or light green stocking cap, dark clothing, and shoes, a black face covering, and black gloves. Anyone with information is asked to call that number right there at the bottom of your screen. Meantime, Spokane police asking for help finding a suspect's linked to series of property crimes aimed at the LGBTQ community. SPD shared these pictures showing a person wearing a mask and ripping down a pride flag belonging to City Council candidate Paul Dillon. Later, pictures showed a group of suspects walking through the Perry district. So if you recognize anyone in these photos, you are urged to contact police at that email right there at the bottom of your screen. Well, the man Idaho State Police spent most of last night searching for is now in custody. They say he led troopers on a chase that ended with a shelter-in-place order near Wolf Lodge. That order was since lifted. The suspect, Jesse Spiegel, was taken into custody thanks to a tip, they say. Spiegel was wanted on multiple felony warrants. And that was your Night Beat. To learn more about any of these stories, just head to our website. That's KREM.com. Well, tomorrow is International Shakeout Day, when millions nationwide will participate in earthquake drills. At 10:19 a.m. tomorrow morning, students across the state will practice earthquake safety. Last year, 1.3 million people participated. And the KREM Cares team is inviting everyone to join in with our Treats to Troops campaign. October 31st, the final day for our KREM Cares campaign. We need your help to make sure our deployed military members from Fairchild Air Force Base get a holiday package this season. So here's how you can help. You can drop off items like holiday cards, snacks, or small toys at any area Washington Trust Bank branch during normal business hours. For more information, just text us the word treats to 509-448-2000, and we'll send that information right to your phone.